This video will discuss the Buyer Advisory, a resource for real estate consumers provided by the Arizona Association of Realtors and the Arizona Department of Real Estate. A real estate agent is vital to the purchase of real property and can provide a variety of services in locating a property, negotiating the sale, and advising the buyer. A real estate agent is generally not qualified to discover defects or evaluate the physical condition of property. However, a real estate agent can assist a buyer in finding qualified inspectors and provide the buyer with documents and other resources containing vital information about a prospective property. This advisory is designed to make the purchase of real property as smooth as possible. Some of the more common issues that a buyer may decide to investigate or verify concerning a property purchase are summarized in this advisory. Included in this advisory are common documents a buyer should review, physical conditions in the property the buyer should investigate, and conditions affecting the surrounding area that the buyer should investigate. In addition, a buyer must communicate to the real estate agents in the transaction any special concerns that the buyer may have about the property or surrounding area, whether or not those issues are addressed in this advisory. Please note, this advisory is supplemental to obtaining professional property inspections. Professional property inspections are absolutely essential. There is no practical substitute for a professional inspection as a measure to discover and investigate defects or shortcomings in a property. The property may be subject to video and/or audio surveillance. Buyers should therefore exercise caution and not discuss features or pricing while in the home. The second page of the advisory is the table of contents. This is a quick reference to find a certain topic that you may be looking for more information on. The next page starts with common documents that a buyer should review. The documents listed below may not be relevant in every transaction, nor is the list exhaustive. Unless otherwise stated, the real estate broker has not independently verified the information contained in these documents. Section 1 will discuss the purchase contract and also includes a helpful link. Section 2, the MLS printout. Section 3, the subdivision disclosure report, otherwise known as the public report. Section 4, the seller's property disclosure statement. Section 5, covenants, conditions, and restrictions, otherwise known as CC&Rs. Then the Homeowners Association governing documents, the HOA. And then the HOA disclosures. Community Facilities District and the meaning of that. Number 9 is the title report or title commitment. Section 10, loan information and relevant documents. Section 11, the home warranty policy. Section 12, the affidavit of disclosure. Section 13, the lead-based paint disclosure form. Section 14, a professional inspection report. Section 15, the county assessors and tax records. Section 16, termites and other wood-destroying insects and organisms. Section 17, Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act, often referred to as FIRPTA. And then in Section 2, which covers common physical conditions in the property that a buyer should investigate. Because every buyer and every property is different, the physical property conditions requiring investigation will vary. So this will give you some topics to examine. First topic is repairs, remodeling, and new construction. Section 2, square footage. Section 3, the roof. Section 4, swimming pools and spas. Section 5, septic and other on-site wastewater treatment facilities. Section 6, sewer. Section 7, water or well issues. Section 8, soil problems. Section 9, previous fire or flood. Section 10, pests. Section 11, endangered and threatened species. Section 12, death and felonies on the properties. Section 13, indoor environmental concerns. Section 14, property boundaries. Section 15, flood insurance and floodplain status. Section 16, insurance claims history. Section 17, other property conditions such as plumbing, cooling and heating, electrical systems. Then we'll move on to the next section of the document, which are conditions affecting the area surrounding the property that the buyer should investigate. Every property is unique, therefore important conditions may vary. So this will talk about environmental concerns. It's often difficult to identify environmental hazards. The Arizona Department of Environmental Quality website contains environmental information regarding the locations of open and closed landfills, wildfire information, as well as air and water quality information. And you'll find links to these websites throughout the document. You'll find links to sites that are helpful that will provide you all the information that you need. So the first section here is environmentally sensitive land ordinance. Number 2, electromagnetic fields. Number 3, Superfund sites. Section 4, freeway construction and traffic conditions. Section 5, crime statistics. Section 6, registered sex offenders. Section 7, forested areas. Section 8, military and public airports. Section 9, zoning, planning, neighborhood services. Section 10, schools. And Section 11, city profile report. The next section covers other methods of getting information about a property. So this would include talking to the neighbors, driving around the neighborhood. Buyers should always drive around the neighborhood, preferably on different days of the week at several different times of the day and evening to investigate the surrounding area. And also investigate your surroundings. Google Earth is a great resource to look around at some of the other things that are in the surrounding area. The next section talks about resources. So these are resources available to you as a buyer. The market conditions advisory, which we have a video here in the library that covers that as well. Wire fraud, and you'll see some other, again, links to different valuable sites. Also, fair housing and disability laws. Information about Arizona government, state agencies, and Arizona realtors. And so at the end of the document, we will ask you to acknowledge the receipt of all 13 pages of the document. And what you're signing or what you're attesting to is buyer further acknowledges that there may be other disclosure issues of concern not listed in this advisory. The buyer is responsible for making all necessary inquiries and consulting the appropriate persons or entities prior to the purchase of any property. The information in this advisory is provided with the understanding that it is not intended as legal or other professional services or advice. These materials have been prepared for general information purposes only. The information and links contained herein may not be updated or revised for accuracy. If you have any additional questions or need advice, please contact your own lawyer or other professional representative. If you do have questions about this document or any of the pieces of information therein, please reach out to me anytime and we'll discuss further.